Hi everyone, it's Evangeline here at eTrailer. Today we're going to take a look at the Yakima SightLine Roof Rack system. We're going to see how it fits as well as how it installs on our 2023 Kia Sorento. If you're looking to carry around some fun accessories, maybe kayaks or bike racks, or maybe you need to expand your cargo space with a roof box or roof basket, what you first need is a roof rack system. So for your Kia Sorento, double check what type of roof you have. If you have flush rails that look like this, well, the SightLine system is going to be the option for you. This is going to be the recommended crossbar fit for this vehicle just because it has a good balance of low profile as well as functionality. So we'll talk about how it fits, we'll give you some measurements, and I'll show you later on in this video how to get it installed. So these are the 50-inch Jetstream crossbars. By the way, they're available in two color options. There's black as well as silver. I personally prefer longer crossbars just because then it's easier to reach as well as I get more crossbar space, but this is a pretty good balance as well. So measuring for overhang, that's measured from your tower to right before your end cap, we have 2 inches of overhang. You can fit some clamps around that, but if you did need to use, let's say, a kayak load assist carrier, you are going to need a longer crossbar. Fortunately, Yakima does not limit the length of crossbar for you, so you can upgrade to the next size. Speaking of clamps, let's talk about how much space we have underneath the crossbar. So that measurement is measured from the roof to the crossbar, 3 3/4 inches. So that measurement's important because if you have clamps with U-bolts and wing nuts, they're going to require a good amount of space, which this has. If you need to open up your sunroof, you're going to have less of that space. That's when you need to start looking at low profile clamps or even T-track mounted accessories. Another measurement is the height of the roof rack. So from the top of the roof to the top of the rack, it's going to be just past 4 3/4 inches. That's where your cargo sits. So maybe you have some skis with extra tall bindings. Do you have enough space for those bindings? If not, that's when you look at accessories that give you the extra height and clearance. Your Sorento has a pretty cool sunroof, but you do have to be mindful of the location of your roof rack on that sunroof. This is the same system that I have in my Kia vehicle, and my roof rack also goes right over that front window. So what's going to happen is if you do want to have your roof rack on with cargo on it, you are going to experience some wind drag and wind noise. Without cargo, that noise will be minimized but still existent. So you would have to take your roof rack off if you want to fully utilize this area and this experience. With this having a custom fit kit, it's designed to fit perfectly around your flush rail system. But it also means that Yakima has a very specific spot that they want your roof rack. So this is going to be where it is in the front, and then in the back, the distance apart is crossbar spread, and we have it at 32 inches, which is a very impressive crossbar spread. It's on the farther end of what fits most types of accessories, so double check your roof boxes, roof baskets, and roof bike racks to make sure that it matches your needed crossbar spread. Here we have our sleek SightLine towers. So these are going to have a cover that covers the entire system. If you need to access the system, you first take off this cover, but then you do need to get through the security lock. So this is going to be your clamps as well as the pad. That is the custom kit. This is available as 3 parts here at eTrailer. We have the crossbars, we have the towers, and then we have the kit. If you use our fit guide here at etrailer.com, we have all 3 kitted together for you, but you can also get them separately if you wanted to mix and match and maybe get longer bars. So if you're looking for a premium roof rack that has all of the features that you would expect, except for keys, those do have to be purchased separately, and you're looking for some versatility no matter what type of rack you want to carry on your roof, then the Yakima SightLine system might be a great option for you. Some recommendations I had as alternatives are, if you're looking for an easier to install the first time roof rack, taking a look at Thule's roof rack system may be an option. If you're looking for longer crossbars, you can get the towers and the fit kit, and just pick a different crossbar that works better for you. And if you want a flush rail, almost factory looking system, there is the Yakima Skyline FX. I personally am not the biggest fan of that just because how it fits on the Sorento makes it look a little bulkier, but that also depends on the trim and color of your Sorento that it may match better or worse. Check out our video here at etrailer.com on the Skyline FX if you want to see how it looks like on your car. But other than that, if I was getting a roof rack, this would be the one that I would get for versatility as well as sturdiness. Getting it installed the first time is slightly a hassle, but taking it off and putting it back on after that is very easy. Let's go take a look at that process. So we're going to do a quick install of our roof rack. I already have some of it set up, but we're going to install one of the towers together. And everything is going to be included with your kit when it comes to tools, but something I do recommend grabbing, not included, is going to be a flathead screwdriver. You could also use whatever has that flat edge, whether it's a coin or the back of your keys. Now, let's get started with our tower. You have to start with taking out the end cap of your tower, and then you're going to have to take out the security lock up here. So we already have it unlocked. And this just slides off. And then you're going to have to attach your adapters so they look like this. This is a Jetstream adapter. In order to attach it, you have to loosen the security bolt. Also loosen your tensioning bolt. And then you can flip your tower over and you see how we have access to this bolt. That bolt tightens down to the adapter you placed on your tower. We're going to loosely tighten it down for now. Take your end cap out of your crossbar. We have some old test fit crossbars here, but if you had any rubber strips in them, go ahead and take those out as well from the bottom channel, because you're going to have to slide your tower on over that track and slide it through. I like to put the end cap back in so I don't forget it later. Now where you tighten down the crossbar will depend on its location. So we're going to follow the measurement M1 or M3. M1 for a front crossbar, which is 38 3/4 inches, right there. Then we're going to adjust the pitch. So center of a crossbar, there's an arrow. Have the arrow facing away from you, so just how you see it on the camera. And then you're going to have the pitch tilted so that it is facing away from you, just like the arrow. Then you're going to tighten it down right there. So this is 1, B is center, and then C is that direction. So continue tightening it down until your torque tool clicks. So when you're tightening down pretty much any bolt with your Yakima system, continue tightening until you hear your torque tool click, and that will prevent from over tensioning. With all the towers in the right spot, you're then going to attach your tensioning clamps. So I like to put the foot on first. Make sure that clicks into place right there. Then we're going to get our clamps. So notice how we have these little springs here. You're going to press the springs and then lift them out. You're then going to fit the proper clamp into place. So we have 41 since they fit on the outside. Notice how this fits into that hook. And then pinch your springs and put them back in. What I've noticed, unfortunately, for the Skyline is these springs have a tendency to warp if you're not careful. And just be careful as you put that back. Do the same thing on the other side for the other clip and for the other towers. You're also going to have the measurements M2 and M4. So those are going to tell you where on your flush rails you're going to put your crossbars. So M2 is measured from the top of your windshield to 16 inches on your flush rail, so right over there. So very carefully, get your crossbar, get up onto your roof. If you want to be extra cautious, you could put a thick towel down over your glass roof or have another person on the other side to catch or to grab the crossbar when you get lined up to 16 inches. So the next thing to do is to tighten your crossbars down. What I have noticed with the clamps is that they need to be loosened as much as you can without losing the thread, so that way the tower clamps can fit over the lip of your flush rail. So once you've found it sits underneath the flush rail, hold it in place with your hand as you tighten down with the included torque tool. What I found works best too is to tighten down most of the way right here, but not fully torqued down, and then to go to the other side and tighten that down. That way we're not pulling the whole system one way to the other. Now to torque down all 4 towers, and I like to just double check them, make sure that they click twice like a gas cap. And then you're gonna get your security covers again. So these fit on and over. You're gonna tighten them down with a flathead screwdriver. If you are using Yakima same key system lock horse, now is the time to replace those. Those are sold separately as large packs, so you do have to plan ahead. And then finish it all off with the tower end cap. That's it for your install. And that right there was a look at the Yakima Roof Rack SightLine system with a 50-inch Jetstream crossbars, the SightLine towers, and the custom fit kit for your 2023 Kia Sorento.